My name is Diane Milano. My husband was Johnny Milano.
Can you tell me more about the company?
Well, you want to go way back?
Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so here's the family tree. We start with my grandparents, Giovanni and Maria Milano. They had 3 children, Johnny, who married Diane, Mike Sr., who married Sharon, and Rosemary, who married Botti, who are my parents. Johnny and Diane had 5 children, 3 of which are involved in the business. Mike Anthony Milano, Jim Milano, and Bob Milano. Mike Sr. and Sharon had 3 children, 1 of which is involved in the business, Mike Matthew Milano. And then my parents, Rosemary and Botti, had 2 children, 1 of which is involved in the business, and that's me. We saved the best for last. Okay?
My affiliation with the farm is that Battista Castellano, who was the grower, was my husband. I was his wife, and then my brothers, Johnny and Mike Milano Sr., my husband worked with them. Johnny was at work by 1 o'clock. He'd come home at noon, and then 3 days a week he was out in the field helping the workers. He just loved it. He loved the flowers. He loved everybody that was involved in it.
I always enjoyed what I did.
I was born on a flower farm. We used to pick the flowers and take them to Pasadena, and I used to ride with my dad and help him unload the flowers.
I still work now. I come to my office every morning because I like to see what's going on, and I try to give good advice. I don't know whether I bug everybody or whether I help them. So,
Botti was something else. He was the kind of guy who could do anything. If he wanted something done or not, he could design it, build it, repair it. He was a wonderful guy.
He loved growing. He had kind of a background in agriculture from Italy, and he loved but didn't have the opportunity to expand on it. He was really close to the guys, again, because he had a feel for their being here.
So I've been part of the family business 60 of the 100 years. I'm 65, so I've been part of the business since I was born, but I can probably remember back to when I was 5 years old. So I've been part of the family business for 60 years.
I started working in the fields here when I was probably 10 years old and did that summers until I turned 16.
My name is Bob Milano. I'm the Vice President of Wholesale Operations. Jim Milano. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Milano & Company.
My name is Michelle Castellano, and I'm Corporate Vice President here at Milano & Company. I actually grew up, born and raised on the farm. My father, Battista Castellano, oversaw the farm. As a child, I grew up in these fields and with these employees running around, and this is my backyard.
You know, we were kind of market rats. We were the little kids who used to run around the market and cause hell.
We'd work on a Saturday. Everybody would close down. Me and my brothers would grab our BB guns and we'd come in here and shoot rats during lights out.
And after I finished playing baseball in college, I started working here in 1986. When I got to be 16, old enough to drive, so my dad would have me and my brothers, we would run the delivery routes to give the drivers their time off.
So, you know, it's who we are is our memories, right? Certainly we look forward to the future and new things. But who we are today, who we are in this moment is the memories that we've experienced and the people we've come across.
You know, we have our personal family, our Milano Castellano family, but then we have our work family here.
You know, I think the memories back to my childhood of the farm include a lot of the people that we still work with today.
They always made us feel, beyond what people talk about, you know, Milano makes them feel like they're part of the family and things like that. I was literally, my son and I were kind of brought into the family because it was just him and I here.
I don't know what our longest tenured employee is, but it's probably close to 40 plus years. I think Fred was just here, and I've known Fred since I was a kid. I don't ever remember not knowing Fred.
Here we go. You want water?
No, thanks. Is there any vodka in that, or?
Well, no, not yet. I'm gonna put this right here. Okay?
I guess. Yeah, Freddie's ready. Hi, my name's Fred Elmendorf. I was in sales, in marketing, sales and marketing. I'm not really quite sure. I started in the early 70s, so I think it's 43, 45 years, something like that. I'm not really sure.
From the past, it was a very family-oriented culture where people felt like they were part of a team, part of the family. We have multi-generation employees here.
Mi familia pues es mi sangre, pero mi familia en el trabajo Melano, pues ellos así me tratan como su familia, así he sido para ellos como su familia.
Well, Marianos and Jesus mama is my mom's sister, so we are cousins.
I also really enjoy the opportunity to work with my dad. I was never really discouraged from not calling him dad, which I think was really nice.
It started a culture as we were talking about family. That's the main thing, that they make you feel like you're part of the family, part of the company.
I think it's cool working for Brothers because I work with my dad, so it's nice that it doesn't feel so out of place.
It is a big family. Even at work or outside, like, they're there. We're there for them too.
This is like a family, so I'd be very happy to work with Flowers, the environment that we have.
Yeah, Melano is the same. For me now, it's part of my body. I have Melanos tattooed on my body, you know.
So from 2001 to 2003, we currently resided at Milano. They have property that they rent out to the employees who work here. And so my dad was able to get a house and we were able to rent here. And it was just a really fun childhood. I would get to go outside and hunt lizards with my brothers, or go and walk on the farm and with my dad, and he would tell me about what Sali Diego looks like and what Astromeria looks like, and so it was just really fun.
One of my favorite things about our business is we are one big family. And I don't just mean the Milano family, it's the employees. We've always been there for each other. The Milano family is taking care of the employees, and the employees take care of us right back.
I had a busted pipe, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't know where the valve was. And Abel came over. I don't know if you've met Abel, but he came over and he knew where my husband had put the valves, and so he fixed it for me. And that's a whole, without them we wouldn't be here.
My mom would treat everybody here like they were her child or her grandchild. And if you had a child during Christmas time, everybody would get a present. There would be truckloads of presents brought in here.
So he said, well, what can we do? And I said, well, how about if we buy presents for the workers' kids? He said, that sounds good. Johnny would come with me a lot of times, and good old Costco, you could always find something. But we bought everything, and it averaged out about 65 gifts, and I wrapped every one of them.
I really think that Milano and Company displays the epitome of that we do value everybody as if they were family, and try and help make sure that their success and our success are aligned together.
People within management that are not specifically within the family are very encouraging of you to take different opportunities or try things out, or go a step further. And I've seen my dad, who is also within a management position, encourage his workers and say you can do this or you can do that. And so I do think that that's why people stay.
My boss trusts me on what I do, so that's why I love to work with Milano.
I start low, picking flowers, doing everything, then give me opportunity growing and growing. I work in the fields.
And well, when I first came here, I started doing boxes. And then from there, I moved into the cooler to the side. And then after that, I got introduced to driving. And I feel like that's what's making me stay here more, because I like the type of leadership I have.
And I think that it's always important to lead people in a way where they know that they don't want to stay in the same place. They don't want to just be where they're at this year, next year, or in 5 years, or anything like that. So I think no matter who you are or what you started doing here, if you want to do more, if you want to be more successful, if you want to do more for your family, you have that opportunity.
Had a warehouse manager, Maria Navarrette's been with me. I lose track the number of years. She started as a cashier, and then she moved to Virginia because her brother was in Virginia. And then she came back the next year and said, Virginia's too cold. I don't want to be in Virginia. I'd like to come back, but I don't want to be a cashier. I want a new challenge. And she went from clerical work in the warehouse to the inventory manager. And it was during COVID, and we came out of COVID, the opportunity came that it was an opportunity for her to become the warehouse manager and the operations manager. And she did not want to do it. She kept saying no, until I talked her into it, and she's done a masterful job.
He's very nice, he's very helpful. He tries to show you and teach you what he knows.
I actually enjoy working at Milano because I'm always learning.
We always have fun. We try to make everybody work comfortably. We laugh all day long. We make fun of everybody, respectfully.
You know what? It's diverse. There's sometimes I go in the back and they're packing and they got their music on and I'll just start dancing with them,
Then the vibe is good. Everything is fine. Everyone gets along. You could ask them for anything and, it'll get done. They're pretty flexible, pretty understanding with everything.
For me, it's a happy vibe. Like everybody gets along together over here at Milano.
It is a very united family, and they can still like family. That's why the opportunities and that environment, it pulls you in.
Well, so far here, they're the pumpkin carvings you guys do once a year. Those are pretty cool. No, I haven't participated because I'm still planning what type I'd like to do one of these years.
If my grandparents were with us today, what would they think of us celebrating 100 years?
They'd be thrilled that we made it this long. They'd be extremely happy it's still in the family.
We were around them our entire lives, and so I think intuitively or innately we knew where they were coming from. And I think and I hope that we didn't really change directions on them. I think that we just continued the path that they put us on. But I think we just kept going with that path that they laid out and just kept building on it.
I would love if it would continue and we would be able to have an impact on the floral industry.
I look at it sometimes and go okay, well, that was a pretty big accomplishment. Let's face it, 100 years from now is a long time. And most companies don't make even 100 years, right?
It's hard to believe because I kind of remember seems like we did a 75-year anniversary not that long ago. But boom, here we are.
Always very proud to be able to say, that we're Milano and Company.